Stop despising the season you're in just because it doesn't look like your dream yet. You've been telling yourself, this can't be it. This can't be what God meant when He said plans to prosper you. You look at your life and see routines, responsibilities, and what feels like repetitive days, and you quietly wonder if you somehow missed the moment where everything was supposed to shift. You scroll past people announcing big moves and major breakthroughs while you're folding laundry, commuting to work, answering emails, or just trying to get through the day without collapsing emotionally. And the thought creeps in, my life is just small, ordinary, forgettable. You don't say it out loud, but you feel it. And because it doesn't look supernatural, you've assumed it's not significant. I see you. I see the way you drag yourself out of bed on days when it would be easier not to. I see your faith when you have too much to lose. I saw you worship with tears in your eyes last week, not because everything is good, but because you're still here. You think no one notices. Heaven does. Type Amen if you've been feeling like your life is too small to matter.
There's a man in the Bible named David. Everyone knows the headline moments: killing Goliath, becoming king. But that's not where his story started. His story started in the fields, doing a job nobody celebrated, watching sheep. It was lonely. It was hidden. It was repetitive. He fought lions and bears, and no one wrote songs about it. There were no crowds, no applause, no platform, just ordinary days and dangerous moments no one saw. But those unseen victories, the small battles, the faithful days, the quiet worship alone with a harp under the stars were not wasted. They were training. When David stood before Goliath, he didn't pull courage out of nowhere. He pulled it out of his history with God in small places. I've killed the lion and the bear. This giant will be like them. The little victories no one clapped for became the receipts he cashed in when the big moment came. Here's what you haven't realized. Your ordinary days are building a resume with heaven. The way you choose integrity when no one is watching. The way you love people who can't repay you. The way you keep praying even when it feels quiet. These are lion and bear moments. You think they're small. God calls them preparation.
This is where most people miss it. They want Goliath-sized opportunities with sheep-field consistency. They want public breakthroughs without private battles. They want the stage without the stewardship. But God cares more about what you do when no one is watching than what you do when everyone is. Because who you are in the small is who you'll be with more. Comment 777 if you're ready to see your small steps as sacred. So let me ask you, what are you calling just this job, just this season, just my little routine? What if that little thing is the exact training ground that qualifies you for what's next? David didn't become a giant killer the day he saw Goliath. He became a giant killer the day he chose to fight a lion instead of running, a bear instead of hiding, boredom instead of complaining. Your current faithfulness is not filler, it's foundation. You're not behind, you're in training. Within the next 30 days, you're going to face something that looks small, beneath you, or not that deep. A task, a person, a decision. Your flesh will want to shrug it off. Your instinct will say, this doesn't matter, but your spirit will know. Treat this like training. That's your David moment in the field. No crowd, no cameras, just a choice. Here's your action. For the next 30 days, every night, ask yourself one question. Where was I faithful today when no one saw? Write down at least one thing. It might feel tiny at first. I didn't snap back. I prayed when I wanted to scroll. I did my work with excellence, even though I'm over it. You're not building a diary. You're building awareness that heaven is watching the small. Type Amen if you're willing to be faithful, even when it feels unseen. David's promotion didn't come because he campaigned for it. It came because he was already being who God needed him to be when it didn't matter. When Samuel came to anoint a king, David wasn't even invited to the lineup. He wasn't in the room. He was in the field. But heaven knew where he was. And when the oil didn't flow for any of David's brothers, Samuel asked, "Is there anyone else?" There was. The boy who'd been faithful in a place everyone else overlooked. You think your life is on pause, but it's not paused. It's loaded with proof of your character, proof of your consistency, proof that you can carry weight without collapsing. And when the moment comes, and it will, the same God who sent Samuel to the field knows exactly where to find you.
Over these 30 days, every time you catch yourself saying, "It's just," stop. There is no just in a life God is using. Just a parent, just a worker, just a volunteer, just trying to survive. Those phrases shrink what heaven is magnifying. You are not just anything. You are in the field building receipts. Your future isn't going to begin in some shiny, obvious cinematic moment. It's being quietly built in the Mondays where you show up tired, in the conversations where you choose grace, in the secret battles where you say no to what would wreck you and yes to what grows you. Lions and bears, one by one. One day, a Goliath will stand in front of you. A moment so big it intimidates others, and you'll feel fear, but you'll also feel something else, familiarity. I've been here before, just in smaller form, and you'll step forward not because you feel like the main character, but because you recognize the God who was with you in small battles is with you now. You're not wasting time. You're being built. Stop treating small steps like they don't matter. Stop calling your life stuck when heaven calls it training. Stop waiting for the big moment to start acting like who you already are. Today's faithfulness is tomorrow's readiness.